Good for launch of Shuttle Endeavour from Kennedy Space Center in Florida.
10 seconds.
10, 9, 8, 7. We have a go for main engine start. 5, 3, 2, 1, 0. We have booster ignition and liftoff of the Space Shuttle Endeavour, extending our reach while expanding our research in space.
Houston now controlling the flight of Endeavour.
Roll program.
3 new residents headed for the International Space Station. Endeavour completing its roll, 51.6 degrees inclined to the equator. The shuttle heads down wings level for the 8.5-minute ride to orbit. 37 seconds into the flight, 3 liquid fuel main engines now throttling back in a 3-step fashion to 72% of rated performance. That will reduce the stress on the shuttle as it breaks through the sound barrier.
Endeavour Houston, go at throttle up. Go at throttle up.
Throttle up call acknowledged by Commander Ken Cockrell aboard Endeavour. He's joined on the flight deck by pilot Paul Lockhart, flight engineer Franklin Chang Diaz, and mission specialist Philippe Perrin. The new Expedition 5 crew, Commander Valerie Korzun and flight engineers Peggy Whitson and Sergei Trestchov, seated down on the middeck. Endeavour already 11.5 miles in altitude, 8 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center. 3 good main engines, 3 good fuel cells, 3 good auxiliary power units. One minute, 40 seconds into the flight, about 25 seconds away from solid rocket booster separation. Booster officer confirms a good solid rocket booster separation. Guidance now converging. The onboard computers commanding the main engine nozzles to gently swivel, aiming the shuttle for a precise keyhole in space for main engine cutoff. Endeavour 34 miles in altitude, 41 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, beginning to pick up speed. 3.5 minutes into the flight. Endeavour looking very good at this point, 54 miles in altitude, 110 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center. Approaching the point of negative return, where the shuttle will be too far downrange and too high in altitude to return to the launch site in the event of an engine failure.
Endeavour Houston, single engine, ops 3. Single engine, ops 3.